Hello and welcome to the Rock Your Voice podcast. Vocal coaching tips that will transform your voice, interviews that will inspire, industry guidance, and so much more. Without further ado, let's get on with the show. Hello and welcome to day 7 of the 12 days of vocal magic. Today, I've got a few songwriting tips for you. Now, songwriting is so unique to each person. We all have our own unique style, our own approach. Some people like to start with noodling around on the guitar or the piano, and then a melody will come, and then you'll kind of mumble some stuff, and that'll turn into lyrics. Or you'll sit down and you've got your story that you want to tell, or you've been journaling and you've written some stuff and you're like, yeah, these are my lyrics. This is where I'm going. Now I need to create the melody. So there's many different ways. There's no right or wrong. And even once the song has been written, created, and recorded, there's formulas and there's ways to make and craft a hit song for sure. But depending on whether you're doing this for the love of it, something that you enjoy doing, it's a hobby, it's something you want to get stronger at, don't come at this as like it's right or wrong, or these lyrics are really immature or juvenile. I need to create something that sounds more intelligent and intellectual and poetic, and then start putting in words that you wouldn't use in your day-to-day, or using rhyming schemes that are really intense and clever. Like, don't get me wrong, I love a clever song, but if it's clever and disingenuous, then to me, I'm tuned out immediately. If it's clever and it's really genuine and personal and just happens to kind of find that flow that is like, wow, that's genius, then that is gold, okay? But you're not going to explore that if you're overthinking it in the creative process. So when you start writing a song, whether you're new to it, whether you've been doing it for a while, whether you're coming back at it, don't self-edit too quickly from the hop, okay? Don't be like, oh, that sounds rubbish, or this sounds bad, or this isn't good enough, who's going to listen? Because we have all of that stuff going on in our heads when we start writing. Now, it's only once you've been writing a lot that you can kind of get that flow. Sorry, I had to edit there. I had to cough. But it's once you sort of get into that flow of it, get really consistent with your writing, and you're okay with creating something that maybe is not great. You're not going to write hits every day, all day, because that would just be incredible and very abnormal and weird. So don't assume that like you're going to write 20 rubbish songs and then song number 21 is going to be a smash. Okay, just keep writing and do it for the love of it, and see what comes up, see what you create. You might end up writing 5 different songs that you think are kind of average, and then you end up Frankensteining and blending those 5 songs into one and have just this incredible piece of art. So like I said, there are formulas to write hit songs and all of that kind of stuff. Please check out the episode, the For the Record episode with Aaron and Victoria Goodvin. And they're also going to be guest coaches at the retreat this coming summer, 2025, July 2025. So if you want to dig really deep into your songwriting, come join us at the retreat. It's going to be awesome. You'll get to learn all about songwriting with Aaron. I think he's won Junos, but he's definitely won CCMAs for songwriting, and he's platinum selling songwriter, tons of credentials, written songs for a bunch of people, brilliant writer. And his wife just so happens to be a fantastically skilled publisher as well, based out of Nashville. So she knows all about publishing and copyright and all of the kind of technical stuff behind songs and how to get your songs out there and how to really do that. So if you're kind of further along the line of your songwriting, or if by July you are further along, maybe today's the day that you start your writing, and by July you're like, you know what, I'm ready to dig deep into this. I'll put notes to the retreat in the show notes here so that you can check that out. It'd be lovely to have you. But start your process with a really open mind. Don't be judgmental. I think we need to kind of look a little bit about what makes a song resonate and what you connect with in songs. A lot of time it's, emotional authenticity, and that songs that come from real emotions, experiences, things that people can relate to and have impact. And also, the relatability, balancing your personal storytelling with relatable themes. All the songs, love, loss, joy, growth, experiences, all of those things that we can relate to. I often refer to Olivia Rodrigo's driver's license because so many people can relate to that experience of getting your driver's license and also losing love. It's just such a perfect combination of something that's just so relatable and day to day, and just the experiences she sings about. There's nothing overly complex. There's no crazy metaphors. There's not epic poetry. It's very straight up language. It's very day-to-day scenarios, but we can all relate and connect with it. So don't feel you have to be an absolute genius to create stuff. And also when I'm thinking about this, for example, Bob Dylan, brilliant writer, no, not so great at singing. So if singing's your strength, or if writing's your strength, or if you have certain strengths and things, don't be judging anything either side of that, okay? Just be like, I'm creating. Just let yourself create. So when you want to start, you can kind of pick a song idea or a theme. You draw from your personal experiences, your observations, single phrases or feelings. Like, just don't overthink it. You can use prompts from journaling. I always encourage people who are writing to just have a journal, get yourself a little notebook, keep it by the bed, or have it handy with you. A lot of people use their phones to put notes down or voice memos, all that kind of stuff. But just to have something where you can put your ideas down on the fly when they happen, and you've got this book just full of things. It doesn't have to be full songs. It doesn't have to be perfectly edited sentences and stuff that you're going to immediately just plonk into a song, but just put all your things into like a collection, so that you've got all of these ideas and prompts that you can be like, hey, I'm kind of stuck today. What have I got in my book of ideas and things that have come to me along the way? So you've got that to draw from as well. Start to define your message. What do you want your listeners to feel or take away from your song? How do you want to make people feel? Is it a sad song? Is it a happy song? What's the energy, the emotion? What do you want to share with people? When you're thinking about lyrics, try and think more about imagery and storytelling again than this is a very intelligent word, or this is going to rhyme perfectly. Please don't rhyme for the sake of rhyming. Put your thoughts down, and then if it doesn't rhyme or it doesn't flow, just put it down, put the story down, and then come back and you can find things that rhyme. You'll be able to kind of, once you get to know your song, it's almost like, think of it like a friend or something that you're creating. And once you really get to know it and you're really close to it, and it's like, this is my song, baby, and you're really, the flow of it. It's weird. Like it's an interesting relationship when you're writing a song. You're creating something from nothing. You don't know where it's going. You don't know who it is at the time when it's just sort of starting. If you think of it, I like to kind of think of it like it is a relationship, or like something that you're building. And then as you sort of find the flow and the lyrics, or a verse, and you love that one verse, and you kind of practice that verse and go over it again and again, you get that flow, and the next verses will start to come a lot easier because you sort of trust the process and you start to know the vibe, the energy. Sometimes these songs kind of, again, I'm going all woo-woo on this whole series, but sometimes these songs kind of come to us, and you've got to trust that process. You've got to be open to letting new things come to you and exploring that and letting it out, because sometimes that will be really brilliant and it might not be necessarily something that you're expecting. So don't force square things through round holes. Just open the door and let the ideas come, let them flow, and then you can refine. So that's why I think it's so important when you start to not be editing in your head, or even to kind of subconsciously be like, oh, did I edit that before I even wrote that down? Was I judging it as it came out? Let it flow. And don't be afraid to keep things really simple. Don't overcomplicate your message. Again, Olivia Rodrigo's driver's license, like, it's a very simple message. It's very clear. We can all connect to that song. You don't have to listen back 17 times to find the hidden message. It's really clear. Again, same with some of like Taylor Swift stuff. She's obviously done very well with. It's all very clear, very straightforward. You don't have to be a genius to understand it. The melodic flow is very catchy, and you know where the song is going by the end of it, even if you've only heard it once. So yeah, get a hook as well. That's a big thing, and something that we'll definitely be digging into at the retreat. And some people get confused, like whether the hook is the chorus or whether the hook is like that one line. So for drivers, oh gosh, I can't. Now, of course, I've gone completely blank on the lyrics. I'm going to Google the lyrics because driver's license lyrics. Yes, I sing everything as I do everything. Because you said forever now I drive alone past your street. Okay. And that's boom, there it is. It hits you right in the gut. You said forever, now I drive alone past your street. So we're talking about now she's driving because she's got her driver's license and she's all alone. Anyways, so think about the hooks in songs. Think about those lines that you remember. The chorus is the thing that repeats. It's got the melodic hook. You can kind of go back and you'll be like, yeah, I'll sing along to the chorus. But there's always like a word or a line that's like, boom, that's your hook. And often it's the title of the song, but make sure you've got something that is a bit of a hook so that people can relate and come back and feel familiar and comfortable with your song, because that's just it. It's like you want them to feel that relationship, that it's like comfortable and the song is their friend too. So connecting with the audience is really, really important. So that's where being vulnerable and not being fancy with your songs is just like keeping it relatable. And a good thing to try is when you've written some of these songs is go out and go to like an open mic or a jam session or whatever and perform them live, see what people think. You might sing one song and the room's just flat. You might sing another and everyone's like crying or they're cheering or they're laughing or they're feeling something. And that's where you know, okay, good, I've written something that resonates with people. And don't be afraid when you're out there performing at things like that to share the story behind your song, because then the audience kind of has a clue into the behind the scenes. There's an audience connection. They feel like they can relate to you. They will connect with that vulnerability and that generosity that you're sharing. So there's many things here that you can kind of work on, but I think let's sort of break it down. So think about how to resonate with your audience, keep that emotional authenticity, keep it very simple, don't overcomplicate, use themes that everyone can relate to: love, loss, joy, happiness, all of that kind of stuff. Melody and lyrics, think about a memorable melody. Don't overcomplicate the melody as well. Melodies can be very, very simple. Let's just take the Beatles, for example. Like their melodies, they have a formula, the way that they go with things. Their melodies are simple, the melodies are catchy, but they're good. And just, don't overcomplicate melody or lyrics, but for the sake of it. If that's the flow of your song, if your songs and if you are creating like Bohemian Rhapsody type things, good on you. Like go for it. Go where you want to go. Again, there is no right or wrong. But if you're wanting something that's going to really resonate with an audience real quick and simple, these are kind of the formulas to do that. Again, check out the retreat, because if you want to dig deeper into your songwriting, I think this would be a really great experience. It's like on like 100 acres, and it's also next to Crown Land. And if you don't know what Crown Land is, it's like accessible public land, like thousands of acres of that. So it's right in the mountains in British Columbia, Canada, and we're in this beautiful massive log cabin, and it's gonna be so great. We're gonna like completely retreat. We've got an in-house studio, so we can record your demos as you're writing, so you'll have your scratch tracks, so you won't go home and be like, what just happened? You'll actually have like a demo recorded from the trip. And then you'll be working with Aaron and also talking with Victoria about publishing and stuff. And then I'm also going to be doing an online component before we go, where I've got some Juno winning, CCMA winning, that's Canadian Country Music Awards, if you didn't know, and Juno's is like the Canadian Grammys for those of you who are outside of Canada. Some other platinum selling artists and touring performers who are going to be talking about their journey of songwriting and singing and all of that kind of stuff, as well as part of the programming. So you'll be learning from a lot of great people. Again, I'll put the notes in, but I think it's just rocketvocalstudios.com/retreats. And it's all there. All the information is there. And early bird pricing ends actually the end of December. So if you're interested, hit me up. Let's chat and let's see if it's a good fit for you. I'll maybe also put a quick link to book a call if you're interested in having a call about the retreat, and we can chat about it, make sure it's a good fit for you. Anywho, so yeah, your melody and lyrics, keeping that simple. Get your theme, personal experiences, make it vulnerable, keep it genuine, keep it honest. Get your lyrics, like really take the listener on a journey with the lyrics. Don't just throw complex words at people to sound fancy. and arrange the song so that you're going on a journey too. So you have like your verse, your chorus, your bridge, your hook. Think about all of those different parts. Don't just sing one long chorus for 5 minutes and no one knows like, where is this song going? Where is this melodic journey? Make sure you have a melodic journey. And then further down in the sort of production side, you can start experimenting with dynamics. We're building not only like melodic dynamics where you're getting louder, softer, bringing the drama from a vocal and musical perspective, but also kind of a lyrical dynamic where things can either sort of shift in energy and change and everything too. So play around with all of these things. One of the biggest things about songwriting, and that has been the hugest help for me and pretty much everyone that I know who writes and has had big success with songs, is collaborating. Don't lock yourself in a basement and try and do this all by yourself. Find another person who's passionate about songwriting. Find someone who's better at songwriting than you and ask if you can collaborate and just work together on writing songs. If you're worried about things like copyright and all that kind of stuff, you can like make sure you do a split sheet before you even start writing of like, yeah, we're going to split 50-50 or agree on something if that's the kind of thing. But otherwise just chill, jam, write your song, see what happens. And just, collaborate with people. Like Nashville, they do like, I think it's called a Nashville split, where they just literally split it even with everyone who's in the room. Even if someone literally just coughs and that's part of the song, they get a split. But yeah, no, that's an exaggeration. But I mean, if, there's a fair split, which I think is really easy and simple and a great way to do it. But that's a whole other topic. But collaboration is key, I think, to bringing new ideas, different melodic stuff. Like if you're a great singer, lyricist, find a fantastic musician who can help you with your form and your flow and your music. But yeah, collaborate. Okay, I'm going to leave you with all of that to think about today. But my challenge to you is go grab yourself a notebook, start putting things in your journal and start just putting ideas down and see where it flows. Maybe set yourself a timer and be like, hey, I've got 20 minutes. I'm just going to sit and just write. Just see what happens, and not like I'm going to sit and write a song. I'm just going to write. Let things flow. Let things come out. Let's see what ideas come to the top. See where you go and see what you can create. I'd love to hear how you get on. If you write a song and things are all flowing, let me know. I'd love to hear it. All right, I'll be back tomorrow with more. Have a great day. Thank you so much for joining me for the 12 days of vocal magic. Now the new year is just around the corner, and with that I have new vocal programs just for you. I'm super excited. The VIP program is kicking off again in January. I only open the doors to this twice a year, and VIP is all about voice, industry, and performance. Now we've got the Emerging Artist program kicking off. It's 8 weeks of live training with me, and we cover things like songwriting, marketing, branding yourself as an artist, copyrights and royalties, registering, streaming, releasing new music, pitching for gigs, media prep, all of the things that you need to know as an independent emerging artist. So if you are just taking the journey from hobby singer into emerging artist, this is the course for you. I will put the links in the show notes. Now also, if you're just starting out, I have the beginner singer VIP course as well. That one is going to take you from the shower to the stage in no time. So whether you just want to learn how your voice works, how to get the best from your voice and have confidence in it, or if you do want to start doing things like open mics, getting on stage, singing karaoke with even more confidence, this is for you. As always, the weekly vocal workout you can jump in and join at any time, and I do have the High Performance Coaching Club, which also includes live training with me as well. You'll also get access to the entire weekly vocal workout back catalogue too. So check it all out. The links are below. Enjoy, and I'll see you again tomorrow.